Hello, welcome back to another stock market open live stream. I'm out somewhere in the mountains. Anyway, welcome aboard. This morning we have retail sales that came in, and on top of retail sales, we are kind of curious to see how the market's going to move today. This will be a really entertaining day, hopefully, because we actually get some data. You did have retail sales that came in weaker than expected this morning, which is interesting because now you've got this reiteration to, oh, well, things are slowing down and the Federal Reserve just isn't reacting to what's going on. And that has been frustrating the market since last Wednesday. We noticed we had some nice rallies going into a Fed day, but coming out of Fed day, we really hit some frustration over, wait a minute. The Fed says they're data dependent, but they keep going. Bond yields this morning now down 3.5%, and S&P and Nas down a few basis points, 4 and 2 here. Rather S&P and the Dow down 4 and 2 basis points respectively. Nasdaq, of course, up slightly. Uh, the big driver here, just every single day, seems to have been Nvidia. It's up another 16 basis points in the pre-market right now, and it did actually. I'm surprised by this. It did actually go red right into the close yesterday. In case you didn't catch that sell-off right at the close. And Bitcoin's dropping under 65K. So let me go ahead and share this here. Let's see here. Share screen, window, and Zavable. There we go. All right. So take a look at this. This was the end of the day sell off. We had Nvidia. It looks like it was really within just the last 18 minutes. This is where you get a lot of sort of market on close transactions for ETFs or otherwise. And here's BTC, which continues to sell off, which is interesting because I've been talking about being or going or suggesting, not as personalized financial advice, but people look into a short BTC position for about a week now, and we've really come off that 69 level by about $5,000. Excuse me. This is by no means a way of trying to say, oh, you got to be bearish crypto. It's just that if you're looking for a risk hedge, consider it. Some options might be like an inverse Bitcoin, like a BITI, or potentially a Coinbase short. Those are potential hedges. Obviously, evaluate that kind of stuff for yourself. It's not personalized advice. But you're still trying to see some of the push in the various different chip plays. You see Supermicro, for example, up 116. That's after having a 5% day yesterday. Tesla had a 5% day yesterday, but it's down 21 bips in pre-market. So Super is excited. Excuse me. All these new allergens out here. Anyway, okay, let's go. Let's look at some of the pre-market moves here. And a good day trading yesterday. Hopefully, you had a good day trading yesterday as well. I think I probably staked about. I like to say staked. Staked about 100K ish or so. Came out. I had an option expire, which sucked because it put me in the hole like 30 grand. But that's okay because I made more than that last week on Apple. This was my hedge portion of it. So that expired. So I started the day down 30. But that's okay. Again, that happens, part of it. And that was the hedge on like my 200K win. My hedge expired. And I ended the day yesterday up 44 on the 100. So I'm excited. It was a good day yesterday. Hopefully we can have a good trading day today again. Hope the same for everybody watching if you're trading. If you're just looking for long run investing, no problem. That works too. And so percentage wise, it looks like nothing really pushing a heavy sell-off here other than DJT, and then, of course, Coinbase. Very, very common. Just be careful. Coinbase yesterday started at 239, and it rallied all the way up to 245. So you can get a recovery rally on these. Just watch these. But I'll be watching Coin today, especially if BTC keeps falling. And something else to pay attention to here, DJT, it has been on a bit of a downtrend. Look at this recent downtrend. I'm going to go ahead and go to the average candlesticks here. There we go. You have been on a solid downtrend since about $51 in June 3rd. So you're looking at about uh, what's it called? 2 weeks here of declines on DJT. Yeah. So very, very interesting. Okay, let's see here. Okay. You missed drama on CNBC with Senator Ward. I don't think I missed anything with Senator Ward. Anyway, uh, retail spending was weaker than expected in May. Sales rose just 0.1%. The expectation was a 0.2. That is also a little bit better than a decline like what we saw in April. Year-over-year sales up 2.3. And the sales number was worse when you excluded autos, and you ended up getting a decline of 0.1. So autos actually helped prop up. Maybe it was Tesla's sale that helped. I think there's a good chance of that. Somebody's wondering, why is Kevin transparent? I know, I look transparent. I don't know actually how to fix that. I think I do. I can just go get another camera. This is just the stupid, what's it called? Um, Built-in little camera here, but I don't think it's capable of handling these colors. Too much sunlight here for it. Honestly, I don't think it matters that much. So, anyway, everyone is waiting for the court date in July. That's when DJT's falling. Well, it's already falling going into it. Yeah. So, but you might be right. This could be waiting for, hey, is there going to be a conviction or what? You could be exactly right about that. Enphase, by the way, yesterday, I played a little bit of Enphase yesterday as well. Mostly, I'll show you what I was looking at yesterday. So yesterday, yeah, this was it. Yesterday, I sent this screenshot, and so even if I see a trade idea and I don't trade it, sometimes I'll throw stuff in trade ideas. And I'm like, how interesting. I posted a screenshot because I noticed it fell. And this is the 5-minute candle here. It basically straight fell to my 119 line. I saw it below the 119 line, and I thought, I don't know, most stocks seem to be rallying here. Like, for example, Tesla started rallying. I thought, all right, there's a chance this sucker is going to break out of the 119 to 120 range. And that's exactly what it did. And that just eventually followed Tesla's, AM meteoric rise, which was also a great way to pick up some dollars. So that was kind of an interesting one. I don't know if Enphase will end up having a good day today, but we'll find out. It is above 120 right now. So who knows? Maybe if it falls under 119 again, it'll make sense to try to pick it up. Costco, it's kind of crazy. It's at 869. A pretty remarkable rally there. You've got, let's see here, Matterport was up yesterday about 3%. I wonder how Open Door is doing. Open Door just sort of moves like 8% a day every day, it feels like. Oh, okay, here, 3.4%. Under $2 again for this one, and under 65 on BTC. I am wondering when, like, I mentioned to folks in my stocks and site group, I mentioned I think Bitcoin's going to 58K. I know there are a lot of Bitcoin enthusiasts who are like, what? Why? I'm like, well, I guess to be exact, 57.5. But sometimes it slams on the brakes right before hitting the lines. So I don't know what it is. It's just like an omen, or that's what the not crystal ball says. But we'll see if that ends up being true. Okay, so what else do we have here? What's my level on my bull bear meter? Yeah, this retail sales data didn't really change much, but I'm sitting as of last week, CPI PPI, I'm sitting about 6.5 to 7, so I haven't changed from where I was last week. That sort of puts me where I want to be allocating. right? I want to keep sort of having cash allocated, but I'm not like, oh, everything is blown or going in on margin. And some of the rationale there is the market can definitely keep bleeding up. Uh, Bleeding is a weird word, but melting up is a better phrase. Mostly as people just start realizing, okay, yeah, inflation really is going to go away. We're not going to have that problem of a second wave of inflation. I know there's still people who think there's going to be a second wave. I was never camp second wave. Obviously, there were some concerns that there could be a second wave when we started getting some of the inflation we got at the beginning of this year. But fortunately, find some wood to knock on. Knock on wood. It stays away. So I think that's just going to lead to more passive investing, more passive, buying of Nas 100, the S&P 500, the Dow, whatever, and that just passively sort of drives some of these indices up. So that's why you look at like QQQ. These are actually great performing indices. I mean, this is very unusual, but this is fantastic. I mean, look at the Qs coming out of that sell-off that we had in April. I got a little bearish in March, and you had a sell-off in April. You've just torn to new levels here. So it's pretty remarkable. And you're probably right now at about inflation adjusted highs of where you were in November of 2021. Kind of crazy to think about. So crazy, crazy times. Okay. So with that, let's go take a peek at what else we have. So Dave & Buster's has just been bleeding since their earnings. They got over like $60 there for a while. Just straight bleed down. It's crazy. Let's see here. Second wave will come only after the Fed eases slash stimulates and Congress overspends. Well, it's definitely possible. Yeah, it's entirely possible. In fact, all right, I want to see what else is going on here. Let me see here. Fisker files for bankruptcy. Fisker ran out of cash after a failed effort to change its business model. Yeah, that's not a surprise. There's a cover on the Wall Street Journal. Social media influencers aren't getting rich. They're barely getting by. I wonder if I could share that tab instead. Present, share screen, Chrome tab. There we go. That's interesting. Yeah, geez, you can always support the channel by going to metkevin.com/Coinbase. Get up to $200 by making an account, paid promotion. I think they're referring to just short form content creators here. It's a lot harder to survive, I feel like, over there. Anyway, so rising rents complicate the inflation picture and could make it challenging for the Fed to ease. What's interesting, I don't know where they're talking about rising rents, but okay. See, like to me, these are not rising rents. So these are the median rents for new leases. This makes sense, right? You get your slower winter months over here, and you've been on this like nominal little downtrend, but I haven't actually seen them rise. Yeah, they're running nearly flat over the past 12 months. That absolutely makes sense. Figures are heavily influenced by the Sun Belt, where record high supply has turned rent growth negative in some cities. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, Todd. Yes, exactly, Todd. We are struggling over here. Check out every promotion ever. um, at least affordable home sales market, the least affordable home sales market in decades is compelling more renters to stay put. Right, right. Well, and then you have you have the surge of new construction that helps compress new rental prices. Uh, Rent is still skyrocketing in Detroit with all the investors investing. Detroit has been a place that has been really getting invested in for about a decade now. It took quite a while after the recession, and then you finally started getting city spending and infrastructure spending. Detroit's getting better downtown. And you go follow the miles out. Um, yeah, it's kind of impressive. We'll see how it is over the next few years. I think San Francisco will end up doing something like that as well in the longer term. You'll have an eventual catch up. So, okay, what else here? Rental demand is definitely rebounding Yeah, okay, we're past the bottom, says some guy from Apartment List. That's interesting. An economist at Apartment List might know. So good for them. Strong job growth has opened up the door for landlords to raise rent. That gives them pricing power. I don't think that's what gives pricing power, but okay. I don't think that's exactly how it works. People's ability to pay does not give you the power to price higher. It's market. You have to be competitive to market rates, and then there has to be a shortage of availability. Now, you could argue that because people have money and they're moving to the area, but then is it because they have money or because they move to the area that helps them absorb that supply? I don't know. I mean, certainly it's a combination of both to some extent. Rising rents complicate the inflation picture. Oh, don't worry. See, the way we measure inflation with shelter, it's so lagged anyway. Even if rents started rising, it would just take like years for it to, I feel like, show up in the owner's equivalent rents, like 18 months to 2 years. Median monthly rent for new leases by metro area. Oh, look at this. There's Detroit, Chicago, Boston, New York, Philly, Kansas City, DC, and Milwaukee are seeing the increases in rents. Atlanta, Phoenix, Dallas, San Francisco, Tampa, Los Angeles, Houston, Miami seeing rent declines or rent. Miami, this would be mostly flat. Yeah. Well, over like Dallas, Phoenix, Atlanta, massive oversupply. And then you have a lack of frankly tenants in San Francisco. It's not like you're adding so much more construction over there. You are getting building in San Francisco, but uh, it's not so extreme. It's certainly what you would see in like Texas. Anyway, okay. So great. I don't think there's anything super exciting here other than what we found. Uh, Oh, this is interesting. Let's take a peek here. Apple is shutting down its BNPL service. Is that just because they're going to use all of the other ones? Apple is ending its BNPL service. This service called Apple Pay Later allowed customers to split payments between $50 to $1,000 into four payments or spread over 6 weeks. It competed with our Affirm and Klarna, and the website Monday said it's no longer offering new loans. Existing ones aren't affected. Yeah, and it looks like Synchrony, Citigroup, and Affirm will all be part of the options on Apple's wallet for integrating some of these other BNPL services. Now that makes me wonder how we are doing with Affirm this morning. That's up about 52 basis points. You know, it looks like we did have a little bit of an Apple spike after the Apple day, but it kind of went right back down to a 3072 line that I have for it. Yep, the pop and then the dump. Somebody says y'all buying C3 AI calls. Oof. Let's see. I mean, how are they doing? They started running after earnings. I don't really like the company. Here, let me present the sticks. Let's go back to the sticks. There you go. Yeah. So it's not for me, but yeah, you've got this continuing downtrend here on Affirm. With obviously here's your Apple News catalyst right here. Nvidia is green to start the day. We got the bell opening in about 5 minutes. Tesla's at 19 bips. Bitcoin sending a little bit of a bearish omen, sitting at there we go, 69.4. Yeah, we're on the 1 minute right now. Just straight downtrend. Oh yeah. Amazon, how'd they end up yesterday? They can't break. They're like the one, Mag 6 stock. Notice I'm already excluding Tesla. That has trouble getting above these highs, this 190 level, which is interesting because that was your November 2021 all-time high. So like Microsoft, for example, has blown right through this, way past this. Google's blown way through this. Meta's blown way through this. Way above. And here's Meta. That's your more recent high. but previous high November of 21, way past that. What about Apple? Yeah, same thing. Here's your previous high. Well past all of these previous highs, but you don't really have that with Amazon. It's just one of the laggers. Very interesting. Okay, very well. What else? So Trump Media is down another 2.5. Coinbase down 2 and a bit as Bitcoin's rotating down. Not really any huge movers to any side. Let me check GME quickly. GME, okay, 3.6 was down 12% yesterday. Seemed like some unenthusiastic mentions in terms of how the company might transform itself, and rather some talking about, well, we got lots of money. It's true. They have a lot of money, a lot of optionality. Short little earnings call. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at the Qs here. Okay, so Qs were at 4 basis points. Still positive here. Okay, let's see here. Mojo, sorry. Is it concerning that BNPL doesn't show up in delinquency data reports, or do you think the number is too low in comparison to not matter? No, I actually think it does actually matter a lot. And yes, it's a problem that it doesn't show up in delinquency data, because the reality is delinquencies are probably, whatever they are, they're probably 30% higher than what's being reported because of BNPLs. So yeah, we are going to have a personal debt bubble, unfortunately. I don't know how that's going to manifest or how that's going to explode or pop or whatever, but I don't know. Kevin, what are your thoughts on Shopify for a long-term hold? Ooh, I don't know much. I actually know much about them. I'll go look at them really quickly. Oh, we're 2 minutes away from the bell too. But I'm curious really quick. I'm gonna pull up their latest financials. So their cash flow is positive. They made about $238 million in cash flow in the last 12 months. That's actually decent, but they had a net loss for the period as well. How are they losing money? 1.8 billion on merchant solutions and subscription solutions of revenue. Cost of revenue is about half, and then the operating expenses are about the other half. Oops. Yeah, interesting. They went from being profitable to not being profitable. Yeah, I'd want to look into that. Will Tesla hit 195 today? Ooh. Do you ever trade top gainers? Uh, you know, Sometimes you have to just be careful when you look at top gainers. It doesn't necessarily say like top gainer by market cap. And so, you get a lot of penny stocks that sort of like double overnight or whatever. Those are, it's kind of like trading, I don't know, like, coins or tokens when, Top G shouts them out or something. Like, you get these short term kind of pumps. So you have to kind of be careful about those. Somebody says Tesla easy short. Yeah, so I'm going to be the bell for us today. I'm actually surprised the internet is functioning. I know we're a little behind today. I heard CNBC say the forward peg for Nvidia was 0.9. How did they get that number? Well, I calculate the forward 4-year average peg, right? They're probably using trailing 12, which is a hugely different number, and they're including the last growth rates. All right, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Woo! Market is open. Yay! Celebration. Okay, so here's Tesla down 61 basis points for you. Apple is trying to move up from about 217. Google's blobbing between green and red. So are the Qs. C3 AI is going nowhere at 11 basis points. Tesla's only at negative 45 bips now. Bitcoin 64.9. Yeah, 64.9. It's a little bit of a bad omen here. Not a great omen. You got another 66 back to 66 on Tesla to the downside. You got Enphase, looks like it's dropping down to that 119 range again. We got two lines over here. We got a yellow line and a blue line. We'll see what it ends up trying to do. Palantir had a great day yesterday. Palantir yesterday was up like 5% or 6% or something. It was pretty remarkable. It's bobbing between green and red right now. And Amazon's red again. What a weirdo. Absolute weirdo. 64.8 on Bitcoin. All of a sudden, we're dropping. Things are crashing. I don't know what's going on. Sell, sell, sell. 64.76 now. This is going to be moving coin. Come here, coin. Yep. Coinbase dropping at the open from about 2.1% down to about 3% down. Tesla's still sitting at that negative 50 bips. Let's see. Big losers and gainers right now. We've got Toast. Toast out of nowhere. Toast is skyrocketing. Did they just have earnings or something? Let me see. Let's see what they had. So, nope. I feel like 5 weeks since they've had earnings. That's interesting. All right, so Toast is moving bigly here. Carnival Cruise Line's up about 1.8. ARM's up about 1.6. Intel's at 31. Open Door went positive, 50 bips. Solar Edge 65 up. That's a good sign for Enphase right here. If Solar Edge can go positive, maybe Enphase can. Etsy sitting at 58 bucks. Nvidia's up fractionally here. Palantir goes positive, 34 bips. That's good. And BTC is still falling, 64.72 now, and Coinbase dropping now almost down about a full 4%. Macro hedge, been saying it. People get mad at me for saying it. Like, yeah, you anti-crypto. No, I'm pro-hedging. Okay, so Toast pulled off the fastest revenue growth among its peers. Yeah, I think a lot of people like Toast. Somebody says Elf is running and another green day for Nvidia. Let's see, Elf Beauty. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. Very low volume. You know, there were almost no shares traded here in pre-market, and you had a nice little explosion there out of nowhere. So, you know how sustainable that is on that low volume. Don't know. Okay, GME's down about four and a bit here. And Tesla now down about 1.3. Really giving up some of the numbers we saw yesterday. Short Bitcoin ETF is up. Dave & Buster's 6 basis points. DJT is down another percent. And MicroStrategy is down about 3.6. Okay, let's watch the Qs. And I'm going to see what other news we have here. Now down 4% on Coinbase. Tesla down 1.3. And then where is let me see Enphase quickly. Pop them to the top of my list. Oh, there it is. It's at the line. Yep. These are the lines. These are important lines. Yes. Aha. Aha. All right. Let's see what's going on. All right. U.S. retail sales barely increase and sign of consumer strain. Let's see here. Fed Williams says economy is strong, needs more data to cut rates. Yeah, sure. You keep pretending to be data dependent. Goldman sees U.S. jobs at an inflection point, sticks to 2-cut call. GDP growth has slowed meaningfully, Goldman writes. And one of their analysts saying the first quarter inflation jump was likely an aberration. Uh-huh. It's interesting. U.S. labor market stands at an inflection point where any further softness in demand for workers will hit jobs, right? So you're basically saying, hey, these weaker retail sales numbers could actually translate into weaker jobs data sooner rather than later. Somebody says nice nature sounds. Yeah, you like that soundtrack? I have a little cassette right here sitting on my pants. Or I'm not wearing pants and I don't have a cassette player. I'm not sure. One of those is true. One of those realities. Anyway, Qs. doing a nice little kind of boring slog up over here, up about 10 basis points. Elf Beauty, yeah, topped out a little bit there at 6%, and which is still pretty good. Apple's rotating down now a little bit, getting stuck there at about negative 3.5 to 4% there on coin. And Tesla's also trying to recover. Yep, looks like Bitcoin's trying to come back a little bit as well. And Supermicro, I don't know where all this enthusiasm coming from, but we saw this in the pre-market as well, and that's moving up about 2%. Supermicro and ARM seem to be doing well today. Yeah, ARM's also moving nicely. Very good. All right. Uh, what's a cassette player? Feet show. No, wearing socks. It's a finance live stream. Who are you? Treasury yield slide from weaker retail sales data. Not a surprise. What I do want to see is the inversion. The inversion's actually been widening. Let me see here. 10-year. 10-year right now is at 4.25, let's call it. And then the 2-year is at 4.72. 4.72 minus 4.25. 47 basis points. Yeah. Yeah, it went from about negative 40 basis points to about negative 50 after last week's moves. Got a little bit more inversion. Okay. ARM. Ooh, Elf found some more attention. Look at that. Wow. Elf out of nowhere here. 7% here. Oh, yeah, news? What is this? Elf Beauty, price target raised. This is Weeble, by the way. They give you all this junk. Yeah, well, good for them. Nice. 7% on a price target move. Good lord. Oh, is there a reason you never show Fox Business? Oh, I actually could. It's just actually I just honestly I don't think about it. But I like Fox Business. We could yeah, when we're in the studio, we could easily pop a Fox Business on. Then you can go between CNBC, Fox Business, and Bloomberg. That's actually a really good idea. No, thank you for that. Okay, anyway. So look at that. End phase went right below and then bounced. It's almost like imagine if somebody would have suggested that could have potentially happened before the market opened. GME, it keeps going, unfortunately. It's down almost 6% right now. And Apple here, 45. Nice. Tesla's getting stuck around that 1.3 level. 64.75 BTC. A little boring. Carnival Cruise Lines trying to get back to that 16 level, huh? 1634. All right. So let's see what other news there is out here. Let's see here. Oh, how interesting. Steve Cohen's Point72 readies new hedge fund targeting AI stocks. Seeking to raise about $1 billion for a new stock-picking hedge fund focused on artificial intelligence, the fund will bet on and against AI hardware and semiconductors globally, and will be the firm's first new hedge fund in decades. That sounds pretty fun. Cohen says he expects the impacts of AI to be transformational and has the power to change how companies work and save millions of dollars. There are going to be big winners and big losers, right? So if you take a hedge fund, basically you're trying to argue that like if you can find the losers, you can short them. If you can find the winners, you go long on them. You do it all with leverage bets. Boom, you got your hedge fund. Now, low volume / exciting a day before the market being closed tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, it's Apple diving. Let me see. Yeah, market a weird day to have the market closed tomorrow, like in the middle of the week. Just bizarre, but yeah, I guess everybody's off for Juneteenth tomorrow, and then again, event in Vegas this weekend. That'll be fun. But anyway, you can see GME here is recovering. Hit a little bit of a floor on GME. Elf keeps going. It's at about 8% up now, and looks like Open Door wants to try to move. Ooh, 64.6 on BTC now. Ooh, keeps going. My goodness. Uh, huh. All right. Palantir's up 1% at this time, and Nvidia's up about 60 basis points. Tesla's coming out of nowhere just in the last minute here, getting a nice little pop, little poppy dudes on Tesla. Nobody wants to be left behind in the rally today. Well, I mean, Nasdaq's up 0.1. I'm not sure and convinced that the rally is one directional here, but yeah, topping out a little bit. Are you? Come on, you can do it. BTC is just the omen today. Just really wants to keep leading. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, so that was Goldman. That's the hedge fund. Local groups in the Sun Belt are now pushing for restrictions on new developments, saying an influx of residents has strained resources. Yeah, that's not very uncommon. That is one of the reasons people are so anti-building in California. They had enough of it. And now all of a sudden you have a substantial lack of supply. Anytime you get restrictions on what the free market wants, independent supply problems. Okie dokie. Let's see what else. UK inflation looks set to hit the 2% target. Nice. Yeah, it was yesterday we were looking, I think it was TS Lombard was getting a little nervous that they were going to be the ones to go kaput. No point though. All right, what we got over here? Let's see here. Microsoft launching AI Copilot PCs globally. Yeah, I mean it's basically a normal PC with access to GPT in maybe a little bit of an easier manner. Okay, what else do we have here? So let's see here. What is this? Last time we saw this many up days in a 4-week stretch with negative daily breadth was in August of 2020. Back then, mega caps were the only stocks rallying, as the case is now, but they were rallying on lockdown benefits. That narrative did not last long. That narrative, 4 years later, some different mega caps are now the ones that are scaling and benefiting from AI. Okay, all right. It's basically a way of saying there's a limit to how long the indices can actually stay green when the only thing propping them up seem to be the big players like your Nvidia or otherwise. Oh, look at that BTC jump! Nice, Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, Google. But anyway, look at that, a nice recovery in BTC here. I like that. That's a good bullish sign. That's great because you definitely had a lot of bleeding here for some odd reason. End phase is right back above its 119.80. It's basically right on 119.88 is where I have my line. Yeah. Qs are flat. Elf topped at 8%. Coinbase recovering now. Wow, Apple. Apple did not like its 117 line apparently. You sat on it before and then you took like a little breath right there for a second. Straight back down. Tesla couldn't keep it up. Well, see, that's hard to trade when you get fake outs like that. I haven't done any trades yet. I usually try to avoid the first 15 minutes. They're so kooky dooky. It's nice to know the direction of where things are going as well. All right. That's Sailor's 700 million coming into BTC. Yep. What happened to your Tesla $200 calls? I made lots of money. That's what happened. And then I sold them. uh, you know, SPY 15 min. Let me see. I'm too lazy to switch to that. I'm gonna go 30 min. Oh yeah, it's not bad. It's like straight up, not bad at all. Same with the Qs. Then you look at Tesla, and You don't get that enthusiasm. It's a little more all over the place. Yikes. Oh, there are definitely some allergens out here. I mean, what do you think? It's like, look at this place. I don't know. I don't know how much of this you can actually see. It looks cool. I'm used to like filtered air, sterile, 3 air conditioners, fluorescent light above my head. All right, how do I get back to this presentation mode? I will figure it out. Present. There's a screen. There we go. Success. I'm in Northern California. That is where I am. All right, what else? Let's see. Robots and specialized software open new solar farm development opportunities. Huh. Ah, okay. To allow robots basically to plant solar farms. That's kind of cool. My robot farm doesn't plant tomatoes, it plants solar panels. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. We talked about Fisker going BK. Let me try Financial Times. Let's see. There's got to be some entertainment here. French businesses. No, boring. Boring, boring. Contagion risks scare investors off in French banks. Apple to settle tap and go payments probe with EU. Tap and go? Is that what people call it? Call Apple Pay. Tap and go. What is this? I guess you could tap a credit card now. They've got the little tap feature built into it. Okay. So, surprisingly boring on the news front, though. Very little. You're always going to get political drama, but otherwise, in terms of actual finance news here, we got retail sales, which are a little boring. A lot of talk about the potential. Oh, this is a good chart. Let me pull this one up. Good about the potential slowdown there in the macro environment because of some of the data we've been getting. Let's take a look at this zero hedge piece together. Present. Okay, press this button. Press this button. Let's go to everybody's favorite unbiased web page. Everybody's got bias. Okay, B of A is practically this. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. Okay, so Bank of America nailed it on their estimate. Okay, so X Auto, the picture was worse with sales dropping 0.1%. Let's see specifically where. Health and personal care stores were only up 0.1. Gas stations down a lot, 2.2. These are the month-over-month changes. Furniture negative 1.1. That's not great. This is somewhat eerily similar to what you saw with Restoration Hardware. Yeah, this is May compared to April. Electronics 0.4. Food and drinking places negative 0.4. Building material negative 0.8. Clothing was up 0.9. Sporting goods was up 2.8. Non-store retailers, Amazon's usually included in that, 0.8. 0.8's decent. Yeah, very interesting. All right, so what else do we have? Gas stations and food services spending were the biggest downside driver. Okay, I don't really care about gas stations. That stuff fluctuates so heavily. Yeah, where are we with yields right now? Let's see. Bonds. We are at 425 and oil. Brent's back to 85. Yeah, I think didn't you go down to 75 for a moment there? Let's see here. Let's see this load in. Uh-huh. There it is. You got down to 77 about 2 weeks ago. So that sort of decline may have contributed to some of weaker gas prices in May. May, you really had a nice declining month. So that could pop up again now with oil popping off again for next month. But that's so volatile. It's kind of nonsense to even look at. All right. Do you suggest drawing lines on the 5-minute candles instead of the 1 minute? Well, I mean, I personally prefer when trends can validate on 5 minutes over a 1 min. 1 min is so freaking volatile, but it's gonna be a hot one in Vegas. Yeah, we'll be inside. One of the things I find is, you can just count 5 candles when you're on the 1 minute sticks. But in addition to that, when you're on the 1 minute and you're looking for a 5 minute trend, you don't actually have to follow exactly where the 5 minute trend is on, you know, the software. For example, if I go to the 5 minute trend here, I'm between 955 and 950. That's sort of the candle for me. Whereas I go to the 1 minute, you can actually kind of start seeing that at 948. So you see the U-turn a couple minutes earlier, and then you can sort of count 5 candles if you wanted to. But it'll let you basically look at a different bracket of 5 minutes rather than being on the even, 50, 55, 60, 5, 10, 15, 20. You could really start counting your 5 off at any point. So it's why I generally keep it on 1 minutes. But yeah, I absolutely prefer a 5 minute trend when I'm trading. Today is so bizarre. I don't even really know what to do. Apple losing this. Apple might come back to this, and I this doesn't seem to have real enthusiasm. Doesn't seem to be a lot of enthusiating momentum over at Enphase. I don't know. I might be making up words now. And the Q's just lost the lead. And look at that Tesla bounce. Holy smokes. I didn't even realize. But yeah, you got the 183.34 line. Looks like we went down to 183.23. So watch that. You might end up getting a double bounce on that. You might get some confirmation here to go calls. That could be interesting. BTC, it's not giving you the most positive direction here. Amazon can't keep it up. AMD can't keep it up. You got a lot of bleeding. Super Micro, really? Can't keep it up either? Gosh. See, this is just like a tough market on a day trade environment. It's just messy. Look at this. Boring. Where's the direction? Elf had it. Now it's consolidating. So, oh, Trump SPAC down now 5%. Ah, look at that. Rejected at 35. Ah, within 12 cents. How's Adobe doing? Let's see here. Watch that DJT. Oh yeah, Adobe keeps moving. This helped Palantir move yesterday, I believe. Wonder if that's gonna help Salesforce up. Not really. Not really. Yesterday we did this when we rallied. Tesla started rallying a lot sooner. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, Tesla had a good rally starting yesterday, where things sort of felt like they were going to do this, but Tesla wanted to take off a little sooner. Yeah, Palantir's negative now. What weird. All right, let's go to the. Let's see, Toast's up 8%. Carnival's only up 1.6. Open Door 1.2. Ubiquity up 7.6. Nope, a lot of mid range. A lot kind of boring over here. GameStop 3% on. Coinbase and Tesla's just getting stuck. But then again, Nvidia's up 1.2%. So don't worry, the indices will end up being green thanks to Nvidia. That's how it works, right? Yeah. Okay. Very good. Wow. Wow, Nvidia. All right, well, there's your call. My goodness. Let me look at this on the hour chart so I can look at yesterday as well. So yesterday, We peaked out an intraday all-time high at open at 133.79. So about a buck from where you are now. Remarkable. Remarkable. Oh, looks like Tesla might be trying to move. It is. Nice. Good bounce area here, baby, huh? Oh, yeah. Go, NVIDIA. Go. Delicious. Okay. Good. Now, remember, anytime I send buy sell alerts, you can always check out the courses on building your wealth over at meetkevin.com. And what else do we have here? And no guarantees, of course, that you can always trade profitably. Had a good day yesterday. Like I said, it was up about a 44K day on about 100K in trade, which is good. In and out a little bit. Would have been higher if I didn't have to deal with an expiration of about 30K. We talked about that earlier at the beginning of the stream. How that was a hedge on a big play last week. Ooh, Toast pushing up another percent. Good. Okay. What else here? I think this is pretty straightforward now. Let me see here. Let's see what other news there is. Nope. Quiet. All quiet and boring. Citi pitches its money moving services business as central to its revamp. It's a loud truck. That's cool. Boeing lost track of up to 400 bad 737 parts. Oh my god. That company scares me. That company scares me so much. How do they run it like that? I don't know, but the Qs have been enjoying a little bit of a rally here. Tesla's getting stuck a little bit, but I think the Qs are just being driven by none other than NVIDIA. That's remarkable. It's like the one name everybody's just going to become familiar with in the stock market. It's the next GameStop. It's going to 200, boys and girls. I'm so close to going all in on shorting the SPY in the entire market. Wait for it to turn so you don't get burned. Hashtag not financial advice. Musk said the battery pack is not getting cheaper from here. Nice. Chewy up 7%. Chewy's been a mover, huh? Oh, yeah. Dell following NVIDIA? Let's see. Dell's up 4%. Yeah, maybe. Dell, Chewy. Chewy's up 6. This one, what's the cap of this one now? $10 billion. Wow, Chewy is $10 billion. A $10 billion company? That's remarkable. It really, really is. All right. Elf has found its top at about 8% up. NVIDIA, still honestly, it's going pretty well here. 1.7. It's trying to go back to that all-time intraday high. 133.7, something around there. And Qs are flat. Tesla couldn't hold it up. NVIDIA's got the momentum today. And that's leading your Super Micro up. It's leading your Dell up. What about ARM? How's Armadoo's? Armadoo's is doing all right. AMD, I think, was down. Yeah, but it's trying to bottom here. Tesla can't keep it up. What is going on? It's going back for that confirmation, eh? You still 6 on the bull scale, or worried it's getting too good? I'm like 6.5 to 7 still. Yeah, I haven't changed my position on the Meet Kevin Bull Bear scale. Yeah. Oh man, come on, Tesla. What is this? This is embarrassing. Everything's topping out a little bit right now. Looks like your skyrocketing trend has relaxed a little bit. Crazy. It's the bad omen of BTC. It's its fault. Anyway. Okay. All right. So we'll be back in the studio soon, and we'll also do our course member live stream. So I guess I gotta do the outro, and then we'll head on over to the course member live stream. So as usual, this video is not personalized financial advice. Might have exposure, long or short, to any of the securities mentioned here, but none of this should be considered research. Evaluate your own suitability. Don't sue me, bro. If you want buy sell alerts that I send, check out the courses on building your wealth at meetkevin.com. If you have questions, email us at staff@meetkevin.com. You're not guaranteed to make money. Goal is to teach, not to guarantee. We're having a course member live stream today. Heck yeah. Yeah, I just have to find a cable and honestly some freaking coffee. And but yeah, this battery's gonna die. Man. I can't believe it went from like 100% to 13%. I mean, I have a light plugged in and a mic, but that shouldn't take up that much power. So, anyway, appreciate y'all being here. That's up a half a BP on the MKs. That's funny. Looks like you're in a tractor and the camera's outside the window filming you. I know. Why there's this glare? I haven't fully understood. But whatever. We're in finance. So it's fine. All right, I love y'all. We'll see y'all soon, okay? Good luck trading today. Bye.